I remember when I first wanted to be a teacher, I was so excited. In fact, that's what I wanted to do. When I was a kid in school, all I wanted to do was be a PE teacher in a town that I lived, and I achieved that. I remember going to university and learning when on the first day, the head of the faculty for education said, "You do realise, everyone, this is a vocation and you're never going to be millionaires." That's the first thing he said. And I was like, whoa, that was a little bit indoctrinating. Thank you for that, buddy. And then eventually I went through the training and got the qualification. I got my QTS, which is qualified teaching. And I went into a school, which was fantastic. It was great. And little did I know that I was thinking that, oh, cool, I'll be going in at 9, finishing at 3, 4 o'clock. No, because I had to plan lessons, obviously, which is a bit weird, actually, isn't it? I mean, how long has the education system been going for? Yeah, I still have to plan lessons, even though there's been thousands and thousands and millions of lessons before that, even in that school that I was in. So surely I could get those lesson plans and teach them. But anyway, that's not how it worked. So I was probably looking at around about spending about 2 to 5 hours in my own private time planning lessons. Because if you think about it, I've got one lesson. Oh, there he goes. There's the pig. Go on then, buddy. Through there. Random. So I've got one lesson on a Monday, then another, then another, then another. So anywhere between 5 to 6 hours a day, times that by 5, looking at 30 lessons I had to plan for. So there we go. Also, when I plan the lessons, I've got to make it specific to the students in the class. So there could be some kids there with differential needs. And also, what I had to do was I had to create the PowerPoint for it as well, didn't I? I had to create the PowerPoint. I had to create the structure, and I had to print off the resources as well. So you're going to add on another 2 hours onto that too. And then obviously I had to go through the lesson, and then it was break time. I had to just cram food down my throat, but sometimes I had to do break duty as well, which meant I didn't get to eat food because I had to sit on the playground and make sure kids weren't fighting. And then I had the lessons again, then I had lunch, and lunch is normally an hour, but they reduced it to 45 minutes, but then you get kids coming up into your classroom or into the staff room requesting you and things like that. Sometimes I had to do lunch duty too, then my next 2 sessions. And then at the end of the day, on occasion, we used to have a staff meeting about shit. No, I didn't need to be there. And then after that, obviously, what do I have to do? Well, I have to get the books and I have to mark the books, don't I? And if you think about the amount of lessons that I had, how long is that going to take? Well, that's going to be another 10 hours that I had to do. And could I have done that at the end of the school day? Yeah, but also I had to kind of like have time to do it at the weekend because I was so exhausted at the end of the day. So I had to dedicate 2 to 5 hours over the weekend, of which I wasn't getting paid for, to mark those books. And I just thought, you know what, this is wild. I mean, what's going on? And I mean, on average, teachers are working an extra 26 hours a week for free. I was doing roughly around about that, maybe a little bit less. And obviously I was a PE teacher too, so I had to give up my own time to take kids to fixtures, so different schools. Sometimes we were travelling for an hour to get to Birmingham from rugby, and then an hour back, do the thing, get an hour back. So I was getting in at like 8 o'clock at night or something, missing out on my own family time. So I just thought at some point, when is this going to be enough? I was literally burnt out, literally exhausted. And I know that we get loads of holidays and stuff. I understand that. But when do I play catch up in the holidays? And I'm not getting paid for the holidays. And I just thought, oh, it's just crazy. And fine, this 6 weeks holiday in summer was bliss. It was so cool. I didn't have to work. I wasn't doing anything. But sometimes, in fact, more often than not, I actually went in on my time off and did classroom displays or corridor displays and things like that. And then the holidays, you know, if I wanted to go to Spain or somewhere, is it more expensive or is it cheaper? It's more expensive, obviously, isn't it? And I know that other families have to deal with that too, but I didn't have a family at the time, so it would have been cool for me to go off in term time where it would have been a little bit more cheap and a bit more affordable. And I worked out that I was only getting paid something like £17 an hour, maybe even £15 an hour, which is the same as a barista. Oh, absolutely crazy. And I just thought enough's enough. And then I went through something personal in my life. I got life coaching. I was a product of it, and I just thought, why is no one doing this for children? Why is there not a thing for life coaching kids? I've never heard of that. So roughly around about 12 years ago, the date of recording this video, I actually went into it. I quit the job I was in because I was being bullied by a deputy head, Oh God, and it's crazy, isn't it, how adults bully other adults, and it's rife in education system. I don't think people have actually technically or mentally left school. And I left, got the life coaching. I asked my coach if I could actually be qualified in life coaching, so I did. I got a qualification in NLP, CBT and silent therapy, combine that with sport, and put it out on social media, and parents loved it. I mean, has the amount of EHCPs increased? Yes. Has homeschooling increased? Yes. Has flexi school increased? Yes. So I'm fully booked now. In fact, I've got a waiting list of 3 people. And on occasion, it's actually more than that on some occasions. So I created my own program to become a life coach for children. And I'm happy to say that I've actually got clients around the world now, which is really cool. They're like in America, I've coached kids in Thailand, coached kids in Australia, in South Africa as well, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun, and I just can't imagine my life. Well, I can imagine my life if I was still a teacher. Oh, where I'd be now. I'd probably be, I don't know, head of faculty, maybe assistant head. But with that, it becomes the amount of stress and pressure, because you get shit from below and shit from above. I just couldn't cope. I just couldn't cope with that. And now I get to plan my own day. I mean, what time is it now? I think it's like 9 o'clock or something, and I'm in the park walking my little pug just there somewhere. There he is. After this, I'm probably going to do a little bit of admin. I'm probably going to do some social media posts, which I love. I love creating social media posts. And then I'm probably going to go to the gym, hit the spa. When I was a teacher, I never dreamt of affording a David Lloyd membership. Now I can, because I can work when I like, and life coaches charge anywhere between £65 to £150 an hour, and parents are going to for that as well. Because if you look at the alternatives, CAMS, we know the state of CAMS. Look above life coaching, you look at child psychiatry, which is £400 an hour, £500 an hour. So life coaching for children is a lot more fluent. And even if you think you can't, or parents can't afford you, that's okay. You can do group work and you can split the costs. Also, you can speak on school stages, which is what I do. And the school pays for me as well. But there's not a school budget. Well, there is, because I'm doing it now. And last year I charged a school £512.40 an hour. So there is a budget. And I'm actually helping teachers right now do the same thing. So I don't know if you are a teacher and you are fed up and any of what I said resonated with you. But if you are, just, I don't know, sick to the teeth of sacrificing your own family's personal development and physical development for the sake of other people's kids, and you feel as if you are just raising other people's kids, or you feel as if, you know, you're working so many hours and you feel unappreciated, and the money just isn't lining up, and the hours aren't just lining up, and you want more from your life, you want to impact more kids, then I would genuinely consider life coaching children, because I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's not amazing, but I get to go for a walk at 9 o'clock with my little dog, you know, and you know, I can coach whenever I want to coach. I can go into schools and coach in schools. You know, it's just amazing. And teachers make the best life coaches for children because they're already doing it in the class. So, you know, if you are a teacher and you want to learn a little bit what I do have a little course that I've created myself recently. So if you want to get involved in that, then let me know. I'm doing like a special founders offer because it's a brand new course. So I've got a founders offer, which is £47 in probably towards the end of next week or the week after that. It's going to go up to £247. So if you're interested in being a founding member and just seeing what it's all about, then I'd love for you to jump on board. Only if you're, you know, you want to make more difference in the world and you want to spend more time with your own kids, and you know, you want to learn how to earn a little bit more money. Anyway, in the meantime, don't work too hard for somebody else's dream. Get a time directed calculator so you're not working over your hours, and you're allowed to say no. And yeah, hopefully we can turn you into a life coach for children, because it's amazing and it's a lot more fulfilling. Anyway, have a cool day.